What's up, everyone? We are live at 5. It's Wednesday, matinee day, March 4th. Is that right? 2020. I'm Paul Wontor.
I'm Beth Stevens.
And we're joined by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
Give me some Lord of the Rings merch.
Thank you.
Yep. And hey, Beth.
Yes.
Like one of our favorite actors is here.
That's right.
Joe Pantoliano, a.k.a. Joey Pants.
Yes.
He's
Joey
off
Pants.
Broadway. He's back. He's back on the boards in a brand new world premiere play called Drift. We're going to find out all about it, but first, today's top 5.
Oops, she did it again.
Good one. Good.
That's
You had a
all
lot of
she has to
choices.
say.
You had a lot of choices.
Had a lot of choices.
Obviously, we're talking about the Britney Spears musical.
It's really happening.
Once Upon a One More Time. I feel like it needs the pause. I could be wrong about that. We have some casting news.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Briga Heelan, who will play Cinderella.
I don't know much about her, but I looked
She's
her up
been
and
on
she's
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, she's really fun.
I looked her up enough to know how to say her name. Briga Heelan.
Cool.
Justin Guarini will play Prince Charming, and Emily Skinner will play stepmother.
So she goes from Cher's mom to Cinderella's
Correct.
stepmom.
That's
Got it.
correct. Brooke Dillman as the OFG. That stands for the original fairy godmother. And Aisha Jackson as Snow White, Mimi Scardula, and Tess Selto as stepsisters Belinda and Bettany.
Uh-huh.
Not just keep that Bettany. Yeah. So we have some casting, and this is of course going to Chicago, April 14th to May 17th.
It's really soon. But just in case he doesn't know, Joey Pants, tell him what the plot of this is.
I'm going to read it.
Because he might not know everything
I
about
should
the Britney
also
Spears
mention
musical. Maybe.
that the esteemed actor Simon Callow has also joined the cast as the narrator. Okay.
Does that mean
here we
he's
go.
not in it? Or is he in it?
He's in it.
Is he in it? Or is it pre-recorded?
No, he's there.
Okay.
He's in the house.
Wait, is Britney Spears also?
Britney Spears is not in the musical. It's one show. I'm
So
going
what
to
is
just tell
it?
Joe.
It's like an original story.
It's an original story set to Britney Spears music.
Okay.
Okay. Once Upon a One More Time follows Cinderella, Snow White, and other fairy tale princesses. I'm just
Sure.
going to talk right to Joe. As they gather for a book club meeting, soon a rogue fairy godmother drops the feminine mystique, the seminal feminist manifesto, into their corseted laps, spurring a royal revelation.
Got
Whoa.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
Features music by John Hartmere and direction and choreography by, I don't know who it's by
book by
Mari
John
Madrid.
Hartmere, yeah.
Sorry.
Cool.
There we go. There you go.
Yes, and this London star is finally coming to New York City.
So James McAvoy, Cyrano de Bergerac, did I say it, Beth?
Sure.
I say it right?
Close
It's
enough.
coming to Brooklyn Academy of Music, aka BAM, May 8th through the 31st. It just happened in the West End. Jamie Lloyd directed it. Who's a super talented director. Beth and I can't get over his production of Assassins.
We saw it a few years
in
ago, yeah.
London. So good. James McAvoy, of course, you know him from films like Atonement and miniseries His Dark Materials, which was recently on, and with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Is that why you're making a face? Were you into that show? Oh, you just have a crush on him? You're just making a face. Okay. But in the West End, he was in 3 Days of Rain, Macbeth, and The Ruling Class, and he got Olivier nominations for all of those, and also for Cyrano. So we don't know the rest of the cast, but he's bringing it to Brooklyn.
And we got some new casting happening off Broadway.
So there's an off-Broadway play. It's Harry Townsend's Last Stand. Stars
Yeah.
Len Cariou and Craig Bierko. Craig Bierko is leaving the production on March 3rd.
Left.
I'm sorry, he already left. Today's March 4th. He left yesterday. On March 9th, which is very soon, David Lansbury will join. What's the fun fact here, Paul? Len
Related to
Cariou
Angela Lansbury.
was the original Sweeney Todd.
Right.
Angela Lansbury is the aunt, or aunt if you're Paul, of David Lansbury. So there's a little Sweeney connection there.
Okay.
Anyway, it's all happening March 9th, and there you go. It is scheduled to play a limited engagement through April 5th.
And Jan Barford is just booked and busy.
He is. So what's he in now? The Minutes?
He is.
Yep. And then he was in that other Tracy Let's Play.
Linda Vista.
That one.
Yeah.
So he was in 2 Tracy Let's Plays on Broadway this year. And now he will be in a stage version of the film Good Night and Good Luck at Steppenwolf Theater Company next season. Andy Shapiro, who is his director at the Minutes, is
And his wife.
directing. Oh, and his wife. The fun fact.
I'm here for you.
Nepotism. It's running October 22nd through, he's also very talented, through December 20th at Steppenwolf. And so this is based on that movie that George Clooney directed. So it's adapted by Matt Charman from George Clooney and Grant Haslov's Oscar-nominated screenplay. It's set in 1953 Washington, D.C. as a senator wages his ruthless campaign against those he deems un-American and the man that stands in the way. And there's a lot of other talented, amazing people joining, including Emmy nominee William Peterson. And what else is happening? They're also doing a Steppenwolf Choir Boy, Terrell Alvin McRaney's fantastic play, and directed by Slave Plays Robert O'Hara. And they're also doing a new Best Role play called Barcelona. Where are you going?
I knew you'd say that.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yes, and even more women are coming to the stage.
Here's something I didn't see coming. There's a Designing Women stage play.
Cool.
What's happening?
Sure.
If you are too young to know what Designing Women is, I can't help you. But it was a sitcom in the 80s and
It was good.
90s, and it was really good. And Linda Bloodworth Thomason, who created the 7-season series, has written the play.
Yeah.
This is in Arkansas, so we're taking a road
But it's like
trip.
updated. Oh, it's the play's in Arkansas.
This is a
That's where we have to
theater
go see
is in
it?
Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
It's set to arrive at Theater Squared
Okay.
beginning August 12th for an engagement through September 13th. No director yet.
But they updated it. It's
The
not,
play is set in 2020. I'm getting there. The
not
play
gonna
is
be the
set in
90s
2020. No, but they had such great shoulder
I know,
pads.
the shoulder pads are
We're
out.
not going to go there. In Atlanta, as the Sugar Bakers design
Yep.
firm partners, Julia, Suzanne, Mary Jo, and Charlene have become just as divided as the rest of the country
Hmm.
to the brink of selling the business and going in their separate ways. Will they separate or will they band together and reunite? We do not know. 18
This is
Emmy
interesting.
nominations for this show.
We're paying. Oh, yeah, it was huge.
It's huge.
It was a big show. Also, hey, I interviewed Gina DeWall, who is playing Princess Diana, one block south of us, in the musical Diana on Show People. And Rachel Tucker started her vlog now that
Back
she's
in the Sky.
Back in the Sky, because she was Alphaba, now she's a pilot. That's
Boy.
happening. And then you interviewed
Hey, I
somebody you really
interviewed-
like.
I did. I interviewed Connor McPherson about
Right.
creating the Bob Dylan musical, The Girl from the North Country, which opens this week.
Yeah, so check that video out too. And that is it, Beth. We have an Emmy winner waiting to take your spot. So thank you for your service. Caitlin, tell everyone about Joe.
Yes. Guys, today we have Joe Pantoliano here with us in the studio today to talk all about the new world premiere play, Drift. He's known for obviously his Emmy-winning turn in HBO's The Sopranos. He made his Broadway debut in 2003 as Johnny and Frankie and Johnny in the Claire de Lune. In 2016, he made an appearance in Off-Broadway's White Rabbit, Red Rabbit. I have to say that very slowly because I am not an actor and can't say it that fast. And this marks his big stage return, so we're lucky to have him. You guys may also know him for some of his other screen works that include The Matrix, Memento, Bad Boys, just a few small things. You guys can follow him on social media at RealJoeyPants. It's one of my favorite Instagram names. Leave all of your questions down in the comments below. And please welcome Joey and Paul.
Thank you so much, Caitlin.
Thank you
How you
very
doing?
much. I'm good.
You know, it's so funny to see your amazing resume boil down to just 3 film credits. You know, like I probably would have said Goonies, Eddie and the Cruisers, La Bamba. I mean, there's so many ways you can go with this. I mean,
So many. Thank God
Countless.
you didn't mention the 200 bad ones. Because I've been in over 200 movies and
You've
only
done a lot.
7 have been good.
you've done. It's only 7.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you want to? Do you want to share? Like, what's your favorite?
Oh, you know, I really liked Memento. I love Bound.
I love Bound.
I loved Midnight Run.
Yep.
Did you mention Midnight Run?
Nope.
No, I didn't.
No.
That's when
She's too
that's
young.
kind of a perfect movie. It still stands up. It's like you know, and the ones that stand up, the ones that stand the test of time.
Yeah. And I actually got to see you in your Broadway debut with Rosie Perez, your Frankie and Johnny.
It was February, so you have to account for shrinkage.
Hey, there was some nudity. There was
Yeah,
some nudity.
yeah.
Was that terrifying that you were going to make your debut that way?
No, doing the play was terrifying. Taking my clothes off was the easiest part.
I love it. And you're back. And you're in a brand new play.
Brand
I don't
new.
know much about it. So I'm excited you're here to tell me. You're like a week in, right, to performances?
Yeah, we got five previews under our belt, and
Okay.
we start the first one, first week of previews tonight, a block away, down the block.
Yeah, New World Stages.
And Bobby Moresco directed it. And Bobby and I go back 45 years. We've known each other since we were kids.
Wow.
Bobby, of course, won the Academy Award for
Crash.
and he also, I think, was nominated for $1 Million Baby. But it's a lot of fun. I'm working with a lot of young kids. I'm the old grumpy guy on the stage, and and it's very, Billy's a really talented writer, and we are having a ball discovering this play and finding how much people like it. It's raw, it's visceral, and it's gritty, and it's dangerous, and it's also very funny.
I feel like a lot of those words you used to describe you in things in the past. I mean, like you do a lot of those things.
Yeah.
So who are you playing in this one? Let's set it up a little bit for people.
So when we meet our central character, Angelo, he's just come home from a 10-year stretch in prison for murdering a man the evening that he buried his father. And he works, he's going back to work, he's a steel worker. And I am his father's partner, and we discover as the play begins that his father committed suicide the morning that he wound up killing a guy.
Wow.
And there's a brother, his older brother, that still works for me, Tom, and then he's got a young brother who's 16 years old, who is a kind of a savant, a piano, classic, just a genius. And Mom has died 3 days earlier. They wouldn't let him out for the funeral. And so it starts unfolding, and we discover there's a lot of secrets and a lot of trauma, and that you can't escape fate, even when it's bad.
I love that. You got me excited to see it now.
Yeah.
I'm into it. So when you got your hands, I'm assuming Bobby got you into this
Yes.
production. I'm sure he said, hey, there's a great play.
Yeah.
I'm directing it. You should be in it. Is
Yes.
that basically what happened?
Yeah,
That was the phone call?
And I'll go from a 40-foot triple pop-out trailer that I got on Bad Boys for Life, and I'm sleeping on a cold floor. We are in the dead center of the old Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So we're 3 stories below ground, and ring number 1. You can, if you're really quiet, you can still smell the elephant dung from Ringling Brothers, and.
Not many people know that Madison Square Garden was actually where Worldwide Plaza is now.
Yeah.
In the 60s, right? Is that where it ended?
Yeah, I used to go there. I
Really?
saw Ringling Brothers, and I saw basketball games and hockey games.
Wow. So because you're a real New York kid.
I'm
you were a New
from
York kid.
Hoboken.
So were you exposed to theater and Broadway as a kid?
No, the first play I ever saw was Hoboken High School production of The King and I, and then in my senior year in high school, I went to see Man of La Mancha with Linda Germa, who wound up becoming a Rockette, and I was bit. I did a high school play, and that just sent me. I heard people, the quietness of people listening, and I could hear some people sniffling, crying, and that feeling. I've been chasing that feeling now for 50 years.
I love that. What play was that?
Up the Down Staircase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that play. Wow. So you just what inspired you to audition for that?
I wanted to get out of my hometown, and I had no training. It was either sports, that wasn't going to happen, scholastics, and I couldn't even read yet, and or get a gun and rob banks. So I wound up playing guys that rob banks on television.
I'm glad you went that direction. It's probably the better path.
Much better.
It's so amazing, this career you have pulled off. And now that when you enter a cast, like you said, and you're the vet now, you're the guy with the credits.
I'm the veteran, yeah.
Yeah, you're that guy. How does that feel? And you see these young kids who sort of
It's
look
so
up at a career like that.
Well, it's so different. Everything is different now.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm in there's 2 dressing rooms, and I'm with the 2 older guys and the 3 younger guys in the next one, and they're doing all their vocal exercises, and they're making these sounds, and I'm like, and we're watching, playing video games and watching the news on our iPhones. That's our preparation.
That's the difference these days. But what about this play? got you into it? Like is it just what you see on the page? I mean, to make a commitment to do something on stage, it's a real commitment.
It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me think. It was original. It was different. And all that aside, it was Bobby Moresco.
It's amazing to have a friendship for that long.
Yeah.
I mean,
The man saved my life.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Literally. We were doing an NYU feature film. We were both 21 years old, got our SAG cards, and doing an improv with a director in his apartment on Lafayette Street. I was working with this young actor, and the director gave me a note to really get under the guy's skin, get him mad at me. Well, he got so mad at me that he tried to throw me out of the director's 5th floor bedroom window. And the director thought that we were acting. And I heard the toilet flush, and Bobby came out of the toilet and saw this guy trying to throw me out of the window. And I was holding on to the guy so hard, we would have both gone out. And Bobby grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and pulled the both of us back into the bedroom to safety. And he, and the director was like, "Why'd you stop?" And Bobby said, "Are you nuts? This guy was going to throw him out the window." "Oh, you weren't acting?" No.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
What was your big break? What was your, like?
I've had thousands of little.
Sure. Okay.
I've never had a big break. I'm still waiting for that.
You're still waiting for
that's
it?
That's why I'm in the cellar at the old Madison Square Garden. I'm hoping this is my big break. It's just, I had an agent once say to me, one of my first agents, he said, "Look, the trick really is to make a living in show business, and anything after that is gravy. But if you can pay the rent, if you can actually live off of this thing every year, where you don't have to have a second job." I'm working on Drift, and the kids that are surrounding me are working 3 and 4 jobs. And I realized, well, that's why unemployment rate is only 4.5%, because these kids are working 4 jobs to make ends meet, and nobody's getting overtime, and nobody's getting benefits, and it's really a horror. Our lead actor in this play, on his day off, waits tables. And so that's why everyone's got to see it, because he's doing great work. Everybody's doing great work, and they're doing it because they have the disease. We have this disease to perform, and it's like any other disease. And the treatment is performing.
And applause and the attention and the people who come in.
No, I want money. I don't care about I want money. I want my 40-footer triple pop-out trailer. I want it back.
Can't they park one over on 50th for you? We can get you
They can't
one.
afford it.
I love that. I used to live in that building. I would have let you use my apartment as you could have been.
What, behind it?
I lived above it. I lived above it. Yeah.
It's a great spot.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
You never have to leave the block.
Well,
But if you come tonight, and you
Yeah.
come a half hour before curtain, you mention my name, Joey Pants, and tickets are only $30.
oh, really?
Yeah.
The discount?
Tonight.
Tonight?
Yes, and tomorrow night.
Is it at 8? What time's the show?
It's at 8.
At 8. New World Stage.
Entrance on 50th.
$30.
Yeah, it's a
Just gotta
Broadway.com special.
Just gotta say Joey Pants.
Joey Pants sent me, and you want the rush ticket
Joey Pants. People recognize you from everything, don't they?
from everything.
Yeah. I mean,
Depending on
you get
their
a lot of Sopranos, obviously.
in the East Coast.
Okay. East
Depending
Coast.
where, if I'm downtown by NYU, it's a lot of college kids that do Memento.
Oh, of course, right.
Then sci-fi kids, they're into the Goonies, they're into the Matrix,
Right.
that kind of stuff. So
Sure.
it depends on the culture. But what gets me the most is how people like Soprano fans, they still see it. It's still out there. It's like it never left. So they'll ask me questions, and I haven't seen the show or been in it in 20 years, and I don't know what they're talking about.
I love that.
They ask me about characters, like character names, and I'm like, I don't know.
What's the story with that hat? You said there was a
Oh,
story.
the hat. So Gina, who is our production designer for Drift, it takes place in 1957. So she got this hat. It was brand new, still had the label, it's a Stetson.
Oh, wow.
But they don't make hats like this anymore, because you can't use the glue, because if you use the glue, you go crazy. That's why they call them Mad Hatters. So she said, "I'm going to age it down." And I said, "Over my dead body." So I brought in a hat, that I wear on the show because we have this storm sequence
Okay.
and we're covered in water. And so I did a trade. I did a trade because if you use this is Actors Equity. I didn't know this. But if you bring in, we have the same watch. If you
It's an Apple Watch.
squirrel. So if you bring in your own clothes,
Yeah.
you get $3 a week.
Oh, for your own costumes, you get a
Yeah.
little bonus?
Yeah, you get a bonus, $3 a week.
What are you doing with that $3 a week?
I'm saving it.
Yes, save that up. I love it.
After taxes, it's $1.40. My agent gets 10%.
Hey, Caitlin, what are the people
Yes.
online saying? To Joe Pants?
Yes. All right. So first question is Mary wants to know what's it like to be back on stage doing this in front of a live audience again for the first time in so long.
It's fantastic because every night it's a different performance based on your audience. Your audience is always a part of what you're doing. And Monday night. Monday night's our last night. We have Tuesdays off. So Tuesday night, there's a scene where someone is about to be bludgeoned and the hammer comes
Spoiler.
down
Yeah.
and then the lights go off as the hammer is going down. But this evening, the light cue didn't happen, and it went down further before it went out. And you heard half the audience hush, like, and I was like, we got to keep that. We got to keep that. So you find things. You have discoveries in the theater that change and alter.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about doing live theater is that when you get a great big laugh, you hold for it the following night, and then they don't laugh.
Right.
So you always got to be on your toes, and you always got to listen.
Amazing.
I love that.
So Jake wants to know what has been the most surprising thing about doing Drift, this world premiere musical
That's a
play for you. What's been the most surprising thing that you've learned so far the past week of doing it?
My salary. I just had no idea it was going to be that little. No, the surprises keep coming, and this morning I was thinking I was just getting excited because we do 2 performances on Saturday and Sunday, so that's 4 performances, and then Monday's 5. So over 7 days we're doing 5 of them over 3.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had a little. I wanted to get to the theater because we've been rehearsing for the last 5 weeks. So it was work all day and perform at night, and this is the first week where you actually have the whole day to yourself. And I realize how boring I am. I don't do much. I don't get out. It was 55 degrees. All right, so it's 55 degrees. I could have taken a walk in the park. I didn't.
Are you New York based? Or are you more
I live
LA?
in Connecticut, but I'm living in New York. I'm staying. I have an apartment while I'm here.
Okay, cool. So you taking in the city at all? Now that
Well, as I said, there's a big TV in that room.
Yes, I think we can do one last question. And going off of that, Liam wants to know, what do you do to prepare for the show? Did you get there half hour, an hour? How do you get into character and get ready to go on?
I get there about an hour before, and I think, and I'll go over. I'll do a speed line. Especially, I did that today already at home, and then you try to forget everything. You forget all of the intentions. You forget all of the construction, and you try to even forget the lines, so that there's an organic sense of what you're about to do. You don't want it to be stale. That's the thing. When you do movies, you can be. When you're off center, you leave a little bit of room for the creative gods to come in and touch you, because I've always felt that you are the vessel, you're the instrument, so the creativity comes through you, not from you. So I'm always trying to leave enough room for those happy accidents to occur.
I love that. That's very smart, actually, what you said. I want to see you live in this show. It's called Drift.
You come
everybody.
tonight, $30.
You say Joey Pants at the box office, it's $30. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for
Such
having
a
me.
pleasure.
Thank you for
Can't wait
having
to
me.
see what you do next. Can't wait to see the next 80 things on your resume.
Listen, I hope from your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah, I'm not worried. Thank you for being here. Hey, Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single weekday here on Facebook, and you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast by searching for hashtag live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We talk to Jerry O'Connell all about A Soldier's Play.